Ladies and gentlemen and vector designers, we're going to learn how to use Gravit, and we're going to do a freestyle challenge, our first challenge of the school year. Anytime you see red text, that means you need to take a note. Yay! If you see something green, that means you do something fun. You actually do what it says. All right, so I want you to get out a piece of paper. You should have a binder for each of your classes or a notebook for each of your classes. At the top of your paper, I want you to write Gravit, Inkscape, Illustrator, put the topic, your name, and the date at the top of the notes. We're going to turn these notes in for points. Whoever has the best notes gets the 110%. Whoever has the worst points get 40%. So the notes is going to be an assignment. I want you to look on the internet and answer these questions. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's going to be part of your notes. You're going to get points for answering those questions in your notes. And then during my live spiel, I'm going to ask you this question, and so it's going to be worth more points then as well. So have your notes ready when we're doing the live spiel the next day. So Adobe Illustrator is a program used by artists and graphic designers to create logos, T-shirts, all kinds of stuff. We're going to look and see what vector art is in a second. What is Adobe Illustrator? By the way, we're going to use Gravit, but I'm talking about Illustrator because if we were in class, we'd be using Adobe Illustrator, which is a more professional version. We're using a version that's free, but it works pretty darn good, so it's okay. One interesting thing about Adobe Illustrator is that it does not use pixels, but instead it uses math formulas. Let me demonstrate what I'm talking about. So if we zoom, it's already zoomed in. Look at this. So if we zoom out, we see a little picture of a aggravation board. But if we zoom in, what do we see? We see little squares. What are those squares called? They're called pixels. This program uses pixels. It's therefore a raster-based drawing program. But we are not using a raster-based drawing program. We're going to use a vector-based one. So let me show you an example of a vector-based. This is in Gravit, which is what we're going to use. If I zoom in, zoom, 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 zoom. Do you see any pixels? No, you don't see any pixels because this is not made up of pixels. It's made up of a formula. So that curve is called a Bezier curve, and it's made up of a mathematical formula. And if you try to scale it, it'll just scale without showing pixels. So I could take this image, I could blow it up and turn it into a billboard size, and it would not distort or pixelate or anything. It would look just as good. All right, so that is what a vector design software is. So let's keep moving forward. Okay, so Adobe Illustrator is expensive. Those stinkers at Adobe, they want to make a bunch of money, so they charge a lot of money for you to get their program. So we're going to use either Inkscape, which you can download on your PC, or Gravit, which is web-based, so we can use it on the Chromebooks. So we're going to skip this because that was, okay, write this down. A layer is like a clear piece of plastic that you can draw on. And so we're going to use layers. And so basically, see if this guy's drawing a piece of plastic, he could get another piece of plastic and put it on top, and he could layer the pieces of plastic, and he could pull one piece out if he didn't like something on there, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're going to do. So make a new layer named Freehand Pencil Tool. Well, where are we going to do that? We're going to do that in Gravit. So you have to come over here to Gravit. You have to, hopefully you've already played around with this a little bit. You have to make an account. And then once you make an account, so to go to that website right there, you click Start Now, and then you say, I want a new design, and I'm going to do it for printing. And so you choose a standard 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Okay, so now we got to create that layer. So we come over here to layers, we hit plus, and we're going to name this thing. So we double click on it, and we're going to name this Freestyle. Okay, so we're going to draw on here at the Freestyle pencil tool. So we're going to go up to this thing. We're going to click on the arrow. We want the freehand tool, and if we want to, you can change the colors over here, but let's see. So we're going to draw a happy face. So I'm going to draw a beautiful happy face, and then I'm going to fill it with a color. So I'm going to scroll down, and then I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to choose my happy face. Oh no, that was the wrong one. Okay, well I can do that anyways. That was the stroke color. I wanted to do the fill color, so we'll select it. We go to the selection tool, we select it, and then we're going to go to the. I was doing the border color or the stroke color. I want to do the fill color, so I'm going to do the fill color with yellow. Now